Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue Bloodlords. As always, we'd like to invite you to come join our Discord ring and hang out with us and other listeners of the show. And if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, you can check out our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those that are Lich level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Barnabas Slump, Thunder Mammoth, The Trevor Project, Toss Chris, Fizzgig, AC Goldner, Eric R. Ope just gonna sneak right past you there. Indie Link, Dodgy Monster, Mercutio, Angel Shadowheart, Cyrendon, The Necromancer Forever, Doc Holiday, Corey, Robert T, Scrap Here, Ted, Jason K, Dicky Lopez, Bobson Dugnut, Rickety Ropebridge, Alex K, Doma L. Lockoff, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Argoon's Long Lost Elbow, Fig Tear, Zach S, Jamie H, Mr. Turtle, Sleeve, Darren, Caleb W, Pickle, Mr. Grim, Firedown, M54 Ewas, Jameson S, Eric R, plus 2447 of Whacking, I'm Not a Robot, George F, Leo Hard, Har, Witch Hunter, Jeremy T, Matthew M, Scott E, Progeny of Kukulin, Liz Giggles, Callistia Specialty, Brandon K, Grigus Maximus, Andrew G, Ebon Flames, Booming Thunder, Henry, A School of Fish, Eisenjam, and Chris W. Thank you all so much for your support. And now a recap of session 67. We're at Gristle Hall, just outside the doors, where we fight 4 statues to Irori. They're a bit tough, but Arius' crits are OP. After crumbling the statues, we enter the mansion. There's 2 interesting shadow walls, and we partially solve a riddle we run into. We come to a ballroom with ghosts dancing and playing music. Lucan joins them. Arius and Kix also join in, but seem to annoy the ghosts. Combat is about to begin.
As the instruments that are on stage are whirling and coalescing into a tornado of wind, a dirging song escapes from the wind and howls through the ballroom.
Do these dancers look hostile as well?
Oh yeah.
I battle cry and attempt to demoralize the one of them.
Can I use my Vogue check as my initiative?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Can I use my base check as my initiative?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, I'm at the bottom. With a 13.
Which one did you try to battle cry at?
One closest to me, top right.
Before we totally dive into combat here, Arius and Kix have the opportunity to attempt to cover their gaffe with either deception, diplomacy, or society, should they want the dance to continue on.
I refuse to do any of those.
I kind of thought so.
I have a +3, +3, or a -1 for those 3 checks.
Better try one of them.
I'm not doing any of those.
Basically boils down to rolling at 20.
Those are like my 3 worst. No, they're not my 3 worst, actually. The +3s are actually not too bad compared to some of my shit, but they're down there.
31 society.
Yeah, Kix would be able to successfully back down and, then all of the focus turns to Arius as
Yeah,
Kix.
I'm leaning into it, and I'm war crying and demoralizing the closest one to me. Like, fuck you, my dance is great.
Shara will also attempt to intimidate one of them with the battle cry.
It's like the 3rd initiative in a row that Lucan's just barely beaten me, and I've been like, we're 1 and 2. Like, fuck you, Lucan, just let me win.
Sorry. I mean, do you want to go first?
No.
Shara gets a 27 on that battle cry.
A 27 is a success, and Arius's 25 is a success.
Well, if they can be frightened, those 2 are frightened 1.
They can be.
It's good to know, I only rolled a fucking 5.
Then, at the top of round 1, Lucan, you see all of the room's inhabitants beginning to lunge toward Arius.
I mean, to be fair, it's understandable.
Yeah, it was a really, really bad dance.
Hey, like, it was... It was battle forms. It's just me swinging my greatsword around, to be honest.
Action 1 will boost Eidolon. Action 2 and 3, we will electric arc these 2 that are within 30 feet of me, these dancers. I've destroyed them with my dancing, and now I'm going to destroy them for real. Reflex saves.
All right. Not great. We have one that rolled a 19,
That's a failure.
and then another that rolled a 28.
That's a success. So half and full respectively. Or no. Full and half respectively. Of 20. So 20 and 10. And then with their single action from Act Together, Sundrinker will attack the one straight ahead using the Tendril Strike, which gives me an additional 5 feet on my reach.
20 feet
And
away.
I guess we'll try slashing. What was that?
That's 20 feet away. Wow.
20 feet away. Yep. It's fucking phenomenal. I get a 35 to hit.
A 35 is a critical hit?
Fantastic. They probably can't take bleed, but we'll find out. 49 damage.
They do not take bleed.
All right.
Yeah, they don't take all of that 49 as the ghostly form is resistant to some or most damage types. That was a big hit.
I am done.
This one's down to like just wisps. Arius, it's your turn.
Do I see the thing up to the north?
Oh yeah, you mean the whirlwind of instruments? Yes, you do.
Is there artwork for that? Because that thing looks cool.
I'm just imagining like a whirlwind of instruments, like the wind blowing through all the different instruments. So you just get like honks and squeaks for different flutes and saxophones and stuff as it's going.
Yeah.
I just want to see what that looked like. Yeah, I'll just walk up to the one that I intimidated and just fucking smash him with my sword. So, first action step, second, third action's power attack.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 4. 23 to hit.
23 hits.
27 damage.
27 damage. All right. Do you have a ghost? You have the ghost touch rune, so it all goes through.
Yeah.
It hisses.
And replenishment of war, I get temp HP. Kind of busted though. That just works on anything.
What's that?
I never really thought about that. Replenishment of war. It's just if I damage a creature.
With your deity's favorite weapon? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they don't have to be like a living creature or like anything. Just like I hit you, I get temp HP. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That was a 10th level feat?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing War Priest feat. Especially with the way you've built Arius. It works great. Alright, then after Arius, that takes us over to one of the ghostly dancers. They use their first action to glide gracefully toward Arius. Almost as though they're continuing in the slow waltz that the melody on the winds to the north is making. With their second action, she's going to reach out and touch you. 31 to hit.
Yeah, that touches me.
We're going to do that thing that just happens all the time. 7 negative damage.
I'm not gonna take that.
Let's see.
This is just sad. I'm just gonna beat up a bunch of ghosts with a ghost touch sword while I don't
They
take
can't do
damage.
anything to you. It's like fighting a bunch of kindergartners.
It happens so
bad.
often with the four of you. It happens so often. It used to be that I could lean, fall back on zeroing in on kicks. Nah, not anymore.
Really enjoy that. I just randomly was like, I'm gonna get a ghost touch rune because like it's Bloodlords and like why not get a ghost touch sword and it's coming handy. There's so many goddamn ghosts.
Yeah, it has come in
true.
handy. Well, with its third action, it looks frustratedly at you and does it again. I'm not gonna roll this. It fails.
Well, is it like a critical effect or anything that would affect me?
Nothing like that.
Thought I'd give you a chance. Like,
So nice of you to give him just a little dangle of a character, just a little bit of hope. Nope.
Yeah. All of these abilities that are useless. Anyways, sorry, I'm just looking at a stat block that doesn't really matter. So one of the other hungry ghosts tries to get around to Arius' other side and attack here. It must be able to affect him. No, they fail as well.
Did you take any attacks of opportunity or anything? Or?
Oh, I didn't see that one around me. Yeah.
It did.
Why did that one even move into the flanking? That was stupid.
Because it just wants they want to hurt you and they can't. Maybe if they flank you and do something to you, they're just trying things.
I hit it with a fucking 5 on the die. This is. I don't do much damage. 12 damage.
Thanks for taking 10 damage.
I got click happy.
Yeah, it's okay. I do it too.
It's the only way I'm taking damage is combat. I mean,
It's the only way you will.
I don't know. We haven't seen what the big monster can do.
that's true.
Whoa, that guy's next to me.
Oh, right next to you. Gets a little closer to the edge of the stage.
Was that a step?
It is a step.
Bitch.
The Melody on the Wind, with its second action, it uses something called Mesmerizing Melody. And I need everybody in a 30-foot emanation of the creature, it's everybody, needs to make a will save.
I still find it that Will is my odd that Will is my lowest save.
Who rolled that 2? It was me.
I get a failure.
33.
So Kix succeeds with a 35, Lucan succeeds with a 33, Shara succeeds with a 34. Critically succeeds because of that thing, right?
Because a conceited mindset.
Yep, Lucan fails with a 23.
So, even those of you who rolled success are fascinated by the Melody on the Wind for 1 round. Those of you who failed are fascinated for 3 rounds.
And those of us that critically succeeded tells it to go fuck off.
Basically, yeah.
So I just can't make concentrate actions.
And I think you have to target it.
No.
No, they don't have to target it, no.
Oh, wasn't that fascinating? I thought that was fascinating that you had to do stuff to it or something like that.
You take a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks, and you can't use actions with a concentrate trait unless they're targeted at it's related to the subject of the fascination. I stumbled around that a bunch. So you were somewhat right. If you were to use a perception or skill check or the action with the concentrate trait towards the intended target, then yes, it's fine. You don't take the negative.
It basically means that nobody can cast a spell at any of the ghosts or, like use electric arc, for example. They won't be able to do that.
Joke's on you, I'm a fighter.
Yeah, right. It's an interesting one.
Yeah. I always thought fascinating was pretty worthless.
With its second action, it uses a ranged attack called Solid Refrain, and this sonic wave of energy, this dissonant chord, ripples through the air directly at Arius.
Well, that's
25 to hit.
They just broke it on you anyways, so. On all of us. This condition ends if a creature uses hostile actions against you or any of your allies.
Oh, I should have done that the other way around.
Goodbye, fascinate.
That's just another example of me not reading to the last sentence of a condition.
All the way to the last sentence.
I do that to myself so fucking often.
We do it as a group. We're not a big fan of the last sentence of descriptions. Like, fuck that.
Even though that frequently contains the most important piece of
Who
information.
would possibly put something interesting that many words into an ability? That's just too many words. We get bored, we get distracted. They don't know their audience very well. and they missed. What a loser.
Which takes us over to some of the hungry ghosts who are ineffectual. So, be honest with you. They're just going to surround Arius and swing at them.
That near-death one technically went through Sundrinker's threatened space.
Yes. They move to surround Arius.
I guess technically it did. I bludgeoning strike it.
Mostly just want you to kill it. So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, get a 27 to hit. 17 damage.
It goes through, and the ghost dissipates.
At 1 hit point.
It had 1 hit point. Then that takes us over to Shara. It's your turn. There are 3 ghostly creatures just like angrily swiping at Arius, and he is not affected at all.
Seeing that those don't seem to be doing anything, I'm going to approach the whirlwind melody on the wind. Something I can actually like attack.
It is something that you can attack.
Well, we're not going to attack it at the moment, though. We will move up to it. We will raise a shield. And we will see if we can go into Dread Martial stance a little bit better than the last time we tried. Good, 27.
That's just enough.
I go into Dread Martial stance. That's my turn.
That takes us over to Kix at the bottom of round 1. It's your turn.
I use my free action recognize threat. Well, that is if... Can I use an occultism to recall knowledge on this
You
melody?
cannot. Arcana or nature.
Oh, I'm only trained in Arcana. Well, we'll just do an action then of Arcana. 36.
36 is a success.
What's going on with this guy?
Melody on the Wind, this one has a pretty short description. This cloud of song and sound has been caught by the wind and carried across the air. While the melody on the wind might enjoy the beauty of music, it is by nature a destructive elemental force. The melody on the wind has been delightfully playing tunes for these dancing ghosts for a very long time.
Is it like a haunt, or is it something we can just beat up?
It's an elemental. It has the air and elemental traits. So it's an air elemental, essentially. It just really likes music.
We can hit it at least.
Yeah, you can totally hit it.
Can I scare it?
Definitely scare it, if you wanted to. It is immune to bleed, paralyzed, poison, and sleep. Anything else you want to know?
Weakness? I mean, it's an air elemental, so...
It doesn't have any weaknesses or resistances. So instead, I'll tell you that its weakest save is its fortitude save.
Well, in that case, give me a will save. On all 3 of those targets.
Oh, okay. Some of the ghosts and the melody?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So we've got a 31 from the melody on the wind, and then a 30 and a 23 from the ghosts.
Frightened 1, frightened 1, frightened 2.
Got it.
What'd you do?
Contagious, that same thing I gave you guys temporary hit points with on Wednesday. I can target enemies to do frighten.
And this one's not amped, right?
No, I did. That's how I get the 3rd target.
Oh,
Otherwise,
it's got it.
but that's all I got.
And after Kix drops the frightened condition on the majority of the battlefield, that takes us to the top of round 2. Lucan, it's your turn.
Okay, so these are dying really easy. Arius has got that handled. I'll just
Honestly, I'm probably going to ignore them and just go after the other thing.
yeah, they can't hurt us anyway, so why even bother? Yeah, we're just going to target the big guy. We'll start with an electric arc. I'll throw one at one of the others as well, just because I can. Actually, we'll start with action. One's going to be a boost Eidolon again. Now we'll do electric arc. Reflex saves, please. That's what I like to see.
23 and a 25.
Some failures. 17 damage to both of them.
Lucan, you are in my aura.
Ooh, does that go to spells too?
Yeah, it just says +2 to damage.
Make that 19 to both of them. Tell me that kills the ghost.
Not quite.
Motherfuck. She's a pretty ghost, though. Kind of my type. Now we'll attack the big guy. Sundrika's action from Act Together will swipe at the wind. It's probably miss. Oh, no. Hit with the 29.
29 hits because it's frightened 1.
17 damage, maybe.
All goes through.
How about the slash or the bleed?
It is immune to bleed. Kix did discover that.
Oh, I missed it. That's my turn.
I mean, did I really need to discover that?
I mean, I assumed not.
He got it with the recall knowledge.
Does it start farting? Is that its bleed? Is that like a little, like a balloon leaking air?
Where's Jeb? There's air elementals around.
Yeah, suck them.
Kirby.
All right, then after Lucan, Arius, it's your turn.
Arius just gonna ignore these ghosts and just walk up to the other thing for his first action. And then he's gonna power attack it. And gets a 33 to hit.
33 hits.
And you can take 41 damage.
+1.
42 damage. Thank you, Swanee.
42, right?
Yeah, because I get the +1 from
From an emblazoned armament already.
Share.
It takes that damage as well. That's a pretty big hit.
Yeah, because we decided boost Eidolon and Emblazoned Armor are both status bonuses. That's what we decided, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That takes us over to the ghosts and the melody on the wind. I'm going to have all the ghosts go before the melody on the wind goes. I'm having a what are they even doing here moment.
They should have just kept dancing with me. They should have got over Arius's bad dancing. Some people just can't dance. And they should have just danced with me.
They're just really fickle in their, old age. So, the first ghost uses its first action to stride up to Arius, and its second action to really look at the 5 of you, including Sundrinker.
I like it.
Can hit 30 on the perception check. She realizes that Kix is living and strides over to Kix.
It always takes people so long to figure this out. Both of them?
All 3 of them
Oh no.
stride up to you. 2 of them, it takes 2 actions. So for the third action, they'll reach out and strike at you, but of course, you're immune to the negative energy, so you won't take that damage. But the third one comes up with a single action, and with her second and third action, uses something called Feed on the Living. So you need to give me a fortitude save.
36.
36, okay. That is a critical success.
The hungry ghost takes positive damage.
The target's life energy overpowers the ghost, and the ghost takes 5 positive damage.
That makes sense for me. Don't fuck with me.
I feel like this case, it's like the opposite.
It's like when you bite into a piece of popcorn and there's like still a hard kernel in there.
That hurt. Gosh, and that was the one. Oh, okay, all right. That was the one that had 2 hit points left. So this one reaches up to Kix and starts like sucking the life force out of him. But this push of extra force, life force, comes out and overwhelms the ghost and just pushes them to the ground in this mode of smoke and ectoplasmic dust. And it hits the floor. And they die. Again.
There I go, killing things not on my turn.
Ridiculous.
Which takes us over to the melody on the wind. They use their first action to strike Arius.
They all really hate you, dude. You really fucked up that dance.
I guess. Okay.
Arius is a 34 hit.
Yeah.
So this is a gust of wind that hits you with 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah.
For their second action, they fly across the ballroom, all the way across from the north to the south. And before you make that attack of opportunity, here's a passive that they have called Swiftness. Go ahead and read that. It takes just a moment.
What a trick. I want that.
And they fly all the way to the southern end of the ballroom, not triggering any attacks of opportunity when they do so. And for their third action, they throw another solid refrain of music across the ballroom at Arius, getting a 27 to hit.
Just jamming out.
That's a miss.
Misses because they're frightened. All right, well, that takes us over to Shara.
Range increments.
Yeah, the enchanted hungry ghost will no longer be frightened either. Neither one of them were within 15 feet of me at the end of their turn. So,
Oh, got it. Well, the one was frightened too, so they just went reduced down to frightened 1.
oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess it moved all the way to the south, so we will... Is it worth moving all the way to the south? I guess I'll get up in its face. 2 actions to move all the way to the south, get up in its face, and then raise my shield.
That takes us over to Kix. Bottom are on 2. You're surrounded by 2 ghosts.
And it looks like everyone's just going to leave me to ghosts. I move over to the left. Any attacks? We
Nope.
good?
You're good.
Ghosty attacks. Unleash Psyche. I'll do a Shattered Mind and
Shatter Mine on the ghost.
Shattered Mind.
Let's see, we get a
Ooh,
26 and an 18.
33 damage.
Yikes. And the 18 is a critical failure, it looks like.
Where'd he go?
One of the ghosts, the one that critically failed, looks up at the ceiling and just screams, and it fades out to nothing as she also fades to nothing.
I'm just doing them a service. They've been dancing for too long.
Yeah, you're just putting them to rest. I mean, they shoot horses, don't they?
That'll be my turn.
All right, that takes us to the top of round 3. Lucan, it's your turn. Also, they come back in 2d4 days.
Fucking haunts.
It's just ghosts tied to this ballroom.
Christ.
Well, I think I'm helping them for 2 to 4 days.
Whatever. Electric arc
On the ghost.
on the ghost next to Kix.
Rolls a 30.
That's almost a nat 20. Guess it'll take half of this, half of 17, and I'm sure Kix can handle it. With their single action from Act Together, Sundrinker will move down towards this guy, and then with my third action, we'll attack Big Fly Dude,
All right.
whose Eidolon is sadly gone. Miss! Done.
Arius, it's your turn.
Sudden charge.
You're charging so suddenly.
38 to hit.
38 hits.
That's sad. I rolled a 19. I was hoping that'd be a crit. 24 damage.
All right. Takes the 24.
And third action.
Takes 25.
Oh,
That's
right.
correct. I'm back within 10 feet.
I just like to imagine that every time somebody damages this thing, you're like destroying an instrument that's caught up in the whirlwind.
We're just whacking at fucking violas, fucking flute. I like
Right.
that.
Playing whack-a-mole.
I'm just gonna take another swing. 30 to hit.
30 hits.
26 damage.
Arius destroys another poor instrument caught up in the maelstrom, which takes us over to the only remaining ghost. Already adjacent to Kix, will use that 2 actions, Feed on the Living. So Kix, give me a fortitude save.
32.
Okay. What they do is they try to deal damage from the ghostly touch and then drink that to heal themselves. That's not really what I'm aiming for. Aiming for that critical failure effect. That's really all I can do. So you don't take any damage or anything. Success. It means you're good.
Nice.
Taking us over to the Melody on the Wind, which for their first action attacks Arius with a blast of wind first. 36 to hit.
Yeah.
Deals you 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
And it gets reduced to 12 because of temp HP.
And in a similar flat fashion, flies to the northern side of the ballroom, right up back onto the stage, and then throws a blast of sonic dissonant chords at Arius. 29 to hit.
Yeah, it's
That one you'll take 18 points of sonic damage.
alright.
I like that the little icon for sonic damage looks like a little, recording audio wave.
No, waveform. I think, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
waveform, yeah, that's it. That's the word. That's a word I should know, I suppose.
That takes us over to Shara. It's your turn.
Alright, we're gonna drop the comma, draw the scythe, and we'll move back over to it, but that's all 3 actions.
All right. Kicks. It's your turn.
These things weren't immune to mental, were they?
Nope.
Okay. I was just. Well, I'm gonna dance back over here again and do the same thing.
Shatter Mind.
Shatter dim minds,
Shatter Mind.
including the elemental this time.
Oh. Does that use a focus point?
Yeah.
So this is your
Uh,
third point this combat?
that's how I make it 40-10. Otherwise, it's 2d4.
Ah, got it. It's a big hit, though.
So wills.
Looks like we got... Wow. Really bad. 20 to 21.
Not as much damage, but 26.
26 each. The wind is guttering out. And the ghost also looks to be wispy and insubstantial, yet still going.
Nah, that'll do it.
That takes us to the top of round 4. Lucan, it's your turn.
All right. Well, we got a couple guys up here, so why not? Action 1 and 2, act together. Electric arc. Reflex saves.
29 and a 29.
Jerks. They both succeed, so half of 16, 8 damage to
Plus
each.
1, I guess, because it's halved.
Okay. Nice. So 9. Damn, I came so close to killing them both. With their single action from Act Together, Sundrinker goes running. And then with my third action, we'll attack this thing. Big, windy monster. I can't reach the other one. Not quite. And we'll get a 31 to hit.
31 hits.
Add 2 damage to this from Shara, so 18 damage.
Extra 2 not needed. The melody on the wind dissipates, it gutters out, and in a final little spinning flash of energy, a mask pops out and clatters to the stage.
Okay, I'll be interested in that. It's too bad. I liked both the name of that creature and its kind of design.
That was fun. Yeah, I agree. All right, that takes us over to Arius. Way in the south side of the ballroom.
Sudden charge.
I gotta tell you, Arius, it's been really fun watching you run up and down the whole length of the ballroom, you and Shara both.
70 feet.
That is a, raised...
It is raised. You'll have to go up.
I think I'm gonna get around that, can't I? I guess I didn't do the math. What would this be? 60, 65? I can't then. I can't go diagonal right there, can I?
Nope.
Sad.
So you'd have to move a little and then sudden charge, right?
Sure. Fine, I move and then I sudden charge. Into flanking, because fuck you.
Sure you underestimate how much I care about the
I crit it.
4 HP left on this ghost.
39.
As Arius just cuts it down, dissipates. It's gone.
Well, this is a stupid party, and Arius goes over and kicks the mask. I kick it right at Lucan.
I check the mask for magic.
Absolutely, it's magic. The mask is a heart-shaped, smiling mask. Almost seems to ripple with energy.
I like it.
Would you like to identify it?
I don't know. Do we care? Do we want to take 10 minutes? Do we need to take 10 minutes for anything else?
Don't you have
Doesn't
quick
this character
identify?
have quick identify? Or is that...
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have quick identify now. Haha, thank you. I forgot that myself.
That's what I mentioned. Pick your own magic DC or your magic check. You can identify with any of them.
Oh, only a 22.
22 is unfortunately a success. A failure.
And I'm not sure what this does, but it's certainly magical. And I throw it in a bag if nobody else cares for now.
Zoop into the bag.
Lucan, I'll trade you some blood for some brain power.
I'm a little confused. How would this work?
I drain your brain, you drain my blood.
What does draining my brain entail?
It just makes you stupid for a little bit.
And why would you need to do this?
Because I have 0 focus points, and I can only restore 2, but if I brain drain, I can get back to 3.
And how does it affect me?
Just do it to Shara. Shara doesn't have spells.
It's stupefied or out of combat. It's going to drop off immediately.
Ah, alright, well...
Oh, no, how does Stupefy work? Does it just drop off?
Oh, okay, well, sure. Fair enough.
I thought Stupefy had to be cured.
It's for 1 minute.
Oh, it's just for 1 minute.
It says for 1 minute in the ability.
Oh, yeah, there it is, yeah.
You have a deal, but I'm not taking my part of it now. Later, if I ever need to.
Oh, shit. Alright. Fair.
Wonder how many IOUs Kix is gonna rack up.
I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be Lucan just holding on to him, waiting for that perfect time.
Time to cash in.
So I'm curious then, are you then taking 10 minutes to refocus the other two?
If we've got the time, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are taking 10 minutes then.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I guess that second 10 minutes, I will hit Arius with another touch of corruption.
I'll take that.
So while Kix is identifying it, I'll refocus after healing Arius for 30.
Let's go get the loot from the room to the west now. Maybe trivialize another combat.
Yeah. Because we don't actually give a shit if they come back later. They just, as long as they don't come back while we're in the room.
Oh, I guess we could have searched that room. I wasn't doing much of anything. I guess I'll search it. Was there anything in there?
It was totally empty. Broken instruments.
Yeah. Okay, room to the west.
This is going to be one of those, like, all haunt type buildings, isn't it?
You open the door into a room where there are tall shelves with rolling ladders that stand against the cracked walls. Most of their contents, however, are spilled onto the floor. Mushrooms sprout from a decaying desk surrounded by piles of oversized tomes. And 4 shadowy figures make their way around this library/study, slowly cleaning all the books on the ground. And they're softly tutting to themselves. Such a mess, such a mess.
Well, they look like fun.
As you walk into the room, the closest one turns to you and says, "You cannot come into the library. It is such a mess. We must clean it."
Well, I believe we're coming in anyways.
No.
We'll help clean it. I'd love to look at the books.
Clean.
I help him start cleaning up.
Yeah.
Anybody got prestidigitation?
Yeah, I got prestidigitation. Hells yeah.
They look momentarily surprised and they stop what they're doing as you begin to help clean up.
Centrica starts picking up some of these shelves and setting them back up, you know?
Anything need mending? I, for some reason, have oil of mending in my inventory. I don't know why the fuck that's there.
There's a couple of, like, bookshelves that are all busted up. Got knocked over. There's a couple of things you notice as you're cleaning up, helping. This looks like a recent mess. The library is actually very tidy, unlike the other rooms that you've been in so far. Aside from the strange fungus growing on the table. But other than that, everything else is very, again, aside from the recent mess, it looks like this place was maintained.
I want to cast a glance around these books. What kind of books do they seem to be?
You're getting a lot of different types of books, ranging from the occult to studies on Irori's monks and their studies of enlightenment. Just vague references and a couple of books of study. A lot of magical theory tomes. Certainly looks to be the library of a wizard of some kind.
Excellent. I want to specifically look for books on demons as I'm helping clean up.
You're able to find one.
Or devils. I should say devils.
Oh, devils specifically. You'd be able to find some information on devils, yeah.
As we're cleaning up, I ask these people, would you mind awfully if I borrowed some of these books?
You may read any of the books in the library. They must be returned and not taken from the grounds.
Excellent, excellent. Much appreciated.
Of course.
As Sundricker cleans up, Lucan gets a little disinterested in cleaning up. It goes over to this fungus-covered table. Does it look dangerous?
It doesn't necessarily, but go ahead and give me a nature check.
I can do that. I got nature. 29.
They're not poisonous. Just a large variety of mushrooms that grow on a particular type of wood that this tabletop seems to be made of.
Detect magic on it?
No magic.
Okay.
As you're helping cleaning up, the shadow librarians begin sort of musing to themselves, half to themselves, to each other, and to you. She was so angry, yes, when she came in. Made such a mess, such a mess.
Oh, was it the hag, Iron Tavia?
We knew not her name. But recently a woman came to the library to look through the books. She did grow frustrated and threw them into their current state of disarray.
I'm so sorry that she messed up your library. Don't worry, we're here to kill her. You will have your revenge.
She has some of the Master's essence within her. We did not stop her.
Oh, the Master. What can you tell us about this Master's essence? Anything that might help us defeat her?
Not a she. He. It's been so long. He was a wizard named Kemnebi. Yes. We sensed Kemnebi within her.
Okay. Society check to see if I've heard that name?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a nat 20 for a 35.
High Chancellor Kemnebi of the Bloodlords. The highest, the most powerful being in Geb, just below the Ghost King himself, High Chancellor Kemnebi.
So the leader of the Bloodlords is the Master. There is some essence of him inside Iron Tavia. And this is what, his house? Is this Master Kemnebi's residence, or at least one of them?
Yes, he left so long ago.
How would this hag have gained some of Master Kemnebi's essence?
They look to each other, and then to you simultaneously. We do not understand. But we were powerless to stop her. She left with some books, but we don't know where she went.
And wasn't one of the pieces of paper that we found signed by the Master? The one we would think, because we got all confused when there was another Master that was just somebody else they were calling Master.
The benefactors who you thought might be.
The benefactor. That's
No,
what it was.
No confusion on that here. This must have been the home of High Chancellor Kemnebi at some point in his life, based on what the Shadow Librarians are telling you.
Did the woman happen to say what she was looking for in the room?
No,
She didn't ask for assistance from you at all?
she ignored us. They bristle at that a bit.
Other than the books, anything of value in the room?
No. Nothing detects from detect magic. The books are general. No specific knowledge that you wouldn't find in any other, standard library in Geb. Necromancy 101, undead forms of power and things of that nature.
Eating brains for dummies.
Eating brains for dummies.
How long has it been since High Chancellor Kemnebi has lived here?
Too long to comprehend. We do not know.
How long has it been since the woman was here?
They look like they start to bristle a little bit again. Very recently.
Well, there's an interesting gauge, recently and very long ago. Anything else we need to ask them, or
I'm thinking.
do we move on to the upstairs?
What's to the room to the south?
The greenhouse.
Well, greenhouse, hell yeah.
Ooh, I like
Okay,
that.
We go there.
Definitely want to check that out.
There's broken glass
I
everywhere.
guess somebody opened the door already, so we're going.
You open the door into a room where leaded glass walls and a domed ceiling create a habitat for hothouse plants. But the panes are shattered, and the chill and fog crept in long ago, and withered plants hang from the trellises. Several delivery crates, many so old they've spilled their contents onto the floor, are stacked against the far wall. One must have contained the bones of massive predators, as a jumble of fanged skulls and claws is covered with dead leaves and dust.
I'd like to check. Well, Lucan stays reading his books, but Sundrinker will go in and at least check those crates to see what they say. And start cleaning up.
As Suntrigger moves to go check out the crates, there are really no discernible labels on them. Anything that was here was either disintegrated or scratched off long ago. However, when they approach, the skulls begin to shift and rattle, and then they begin to form up with a click, 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 click. They begin to attach themselves to each other and eventually form this huge creature.
Jesus. Okay, that's pretty badass looking, though. Literally Triceratops skulls as pauldrons. Okay.
Yeah, this is like an amalgamation of different prehistoric dinosaur bones, except for like the head has like a tri-jaw set up. Its hands are Tyrannosaurus skulls, and the Triceratops pauldrons. This thing's pretty badass looking.
Very badass.
Also, I definitely need everybody to roll for initiative.
Are the ghosts mad at us?
No, ghosts are chill.
And there it is! High Chancellor Bloodlord Kemnebi, our master that we've been searching for, the big bad behind this plot we've been investigating. And we've already got him dead to rights before the end of the third book. What is going to happen from here? Find out next time as we continue Bloodlords. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.